Well, as you guys can imagine, anything to do with this man is going to leave an uneasy feeling in your gut. Whether it's due to what he was guilty of or the suspicion around his untimely death, the name Jeffrey Epstein has unfortunately become a household name for all the wrong reasons. Of course, after the news broke of what he had been doing on his island, the question of who he did it with also started to arise. Numerous photos showed Epstein with the likes of former presidents Donald Trump and Bill Clinton, as well as other high-profile wealthy associates, including Bill Gates. Doesn't mean they're all there for the same reason, but it's not a good look at all. Now regardless, a TikTok user snuck onto Epstein Island and found some pretty wild stuff. I'm gonna tell you guys all about it right now, and smash that like button and let's get into it. Now if this video does hit 1,500 likes, I may sneak onto the island myself and burn it down, because God knows that place is as unholy as ever. And I don't think I would ever actually want to be there. Let's get into it. Now I will say, going to Andy Bracco's TikTok page, it seems the posts have been removed yet again. Why do I say yet again? Well, according to Andy, who is behind the clips, he posted the footage a year ago and TikTok removed it. I don't know, it just seems like Epstein, TikTok, and the truth all have something in common. Nobody wants to know what they are. Just saying. In fact, they removed his account altogether, so he re-uploaded the footage again, but it seems they removed that footage as I can't find the clips or even his account at the time of this recording. So that's very interesting. That being said, it seems Andy posted some footage on YouTube as well, which is there to stay. And the footage actually dates back to August 2020, after someone commented on the original post that he didn't actually visit Epstein's Island, which was given a different name that I can't even say. Back in 2020, while speaking with his son, Bracco explained, I quote, "There is active security there. I visited the site twice over the week, and one of the times was in daytime, which was a little bit riskier. The route we took, we avoided a lot of cameras on the island, along with the workers and guards. We got pretty lucky, but we planned it a few months ahead, spoke to locals, and we knew what we were dealing with. I wouldn't suggest anyone go there unless you really know what you are doing." Now, if I could just suggest something here for a second, guys, just don't go to the island at all. Don't go anywhere near it, because it's a private island, and that could be considered trespassing, which is illegal. I don't know. I just wouldn't do it. But it seems Andy and his pal John Megna were able to find their way onto the island, but as you can imagine, it wasn't easy. And after uploading the footage and going viral yet again, Bracco talked about the supposed hidden tunnels running all across the island. Speaking with Newsweek, he explained, I quote, "If I was to have entered the unlocked temple that I clearly came into close contact with, I would never self-incriminate by showing my audience how I got in. Getting in would then subsequently have allowed me to access the tunnels. Between my two visits to the island, I did peer into the temple from the outside and noticed a staircase descending downwards." Now, I feel like him posting any footage of him on the island is incriminating, like even just being there. But maybe not. I'm not a lawyer, so I really don't know. Now, as I mentioned, TikTok removed the footage, YouTube left it on. In August of 2020, Bracco uploaded a 6.5-minute version of his adventure, and then in November, he uploaded an extended, almost 14-minute version of the same adventure. Some notable spaces Bracco shows in both videos include the infamous sundial seen on Epstein's Island, as well as the large bodies of water surrounding the island itself, and the blue and white temple Epstein was seen in front of numerous times. Expanding on what he saw and how he maneuvered around, Bracco told Newsweek, I quote, "Security most definitely existed on the island during both my visits. The months of effort that went into planning for just a few hours of exploring are so disproportionate. I took into account so many things, asked as many resources available as I felt we needed to know, while still attempting to remain superstitious. On both of my visits, we remained completely undetected due to following our very careful planning and other covert entry procedures. We stayed away from the main dock, the main house, and the infrared cameras." And at one point, both Andy and his pal John were almost caught by the cameras, with him explaining, I quote, "There was one super serious part when we didn't account for what I believe was an infrared camera by the communications tower. It was pointing directly at us, and if there was a sensor facing us, and depending on what software they had, it could have set off an alarm. So we had to rush off pretty quickly." Still, even though this is a dangerous trek, and really I don't know why you'd want to go there in the first place, it seems people do. Even if there is some upkeep, likely in hopes of someone else buying the property, what could you want to do there? And knowing all the awful things, the disgusting awful things that went down there, why would you want to explore it? I'm personally not huge into ghosts or spirits or anything like that, but I just feel like there's some bad vibes just teeming out of this place. It's just not somewhere I'd ever want to be. But as we know, people will do anything for clout, and as Andy explained, I quote, "I have had multiple copycat explorers contact me telling me they attempted to gain entry to the island recently. All have been stopped by either Coast Guard, armed private security on boats, or the two that made it to the island both told me an automated PA system yelled at them saying Coast Guards has been contacted and it turned back immediately." I mean, look guys, especially when a lot of money is involved, people could just disappear, no questions asked is all I'm saying. And especially if no one knows you're going to Epstein's Island, but instead you lie and you tell your family and friends something else, almost as like an alibi, I'm just saying I wouldn't recommend it. Andy spoke about some of the island's buildings, claiming they appear to be cheaply made for someone with so much wealth. Some walls had fake painted doors and the initials JE inscribed on them. I wonder who that could be. At one point, Bracco said, I quote, "The shadowy people contacted him via his cell phone right after his trip, which led to him feeling paranoid." Like I said, guys, lots of money, weird stuff tends to happen all the time. That's all. There was also apparently like locks on the outside of doors. Like, you know, like medieval times when it's like they had a metal lock that was like, you had to like lift it up heavily. That's on the outside to keep people in apparently. So that's also something to note. Now, should any updates come from this, we'll be sure to let you guys know. Seems like Andy is okay for now, but I'd love to hear more about these shadowy people. He didn't really talk much. He just said shadowy people are contacting him and that's it. And I'm like, what does that mean? Let us know your thoughts down below. For now, let's see some comment replies from the video. Kylie Jenner accused of bullying by TikTok influencer. A girl named Frankie said, "Why is anyone surprised about this? Why is everyone so obsessed with these horrible human beings? I roll, humanity disappoints me." I think people will soon realize, like, the song High School Never Ends by Bowling for Soup is 100% right. It never ends. Like, you have the popular people, you have the nerdy people, you have the jocks, you have the this, that. It's like, that's just like the Kardashians are like the popular people. Brad Pitt is like the jock, you know? I mean, I don't know if I would consider Elon like the nerdy one, but I guess, because he's like smart. I don't know. Like, I mean, look, guys, I haven't been in high school for like, it's been 10 years. No, it's gonna be 10 years next year. Well, I just had a realization. Claude Flanderson said, "So basically her only claim is they were pointing and laughing at me, then they pointed and laughed at me outside too. LMAO, girl, bye." Yeah. Obviously there's gonna be three sides. Her side, Kylie's side of the truth. I hate taking sides in general. It seems a lot of people that are fans of Kylie are gonna defend her, being like, no, she said it's not true. People that, you know, always wanna support, I don't wanna use the word the underdog, but the other girl, you know, because it's Kylie, she's rich, she's famous, of course everyone's gonna love her. Who's this random girl? You get what I'm saying? So people wanna support that, but then there's the truth. The reality is, it's unfortunate. Some people lie about things celebrities do to extort them for money. Other times, celebrities do awful things and get away with it because people don't believe it. That's just the unfortunate reality of the world. Hopefully the truth comes out here. I don't think it'll affect Kylie all that much just because of her level of status already, and it is what it is. I don't know what else to say, unfortunately. Hopefully the girl that was upset is able to find other opportunity. 8-Bit Daydream said, "A spoiled rich girl being mean, so shocking." No surprise there. Like, you know what? All I'm really gonna say is, at the end of the day, celebrities are humans too. You know, they're not always gonna be nice. I'm very much so in the camp of, like, celebrities can only do what they do because of their fans and followers, people that support them. So if anything, you should be more indebted to them than they are to you. But that's just my personal, you know, actions speak louder than words. That's all I'm gonna say. All right, guys, love you all very much. I've been your host, Jared Pepper Bronstein, Mr. Spicy. I'll see you soon.